This is non-canon. Disclaimer. Cuckle has received the power of the Chuck piece, his power emanating at a cosmic level. The camera pans across the dusty, windswept streets of a western town, the sun beating down on the wooden buildings and dirt roads. People go about their business, but there's an underlying tension in the air, a sense that something terrible is about to happen. Suddenly, a commotion arises from the bustling town square as Barry Buckle, a rugged but likable cowhand, shouts for help. The crowd parts to reveal Dr. Labman, a mysterious figure in a blood-stained white lab coat, being dragged toward a wagon by the dreaded Cuckle, a terrifying abomination of human and animal features. Barry rushes to save his friend, but the monster's massive jaws open wide, revealing razor-sharp teeth dripping with blood. Cuckle lets out a deafening high-pitched screech, sending a chill down Barry's spine. Pew, a stoic but lethal sharpshooter, leaps into action, landing a well-placed shot in the monster's eye. The creature stumbles back enraged as Leomonium, a cunning alchemist, takes advantage of the distraction, tossing a series of explosive potions at the monster's legs. Barry, now determined, pulls out his trusty six-shooter and takes aim at the creature's exposed midsection. With a quick draw, he fires, striking the monster's heart and sending it crashing to the ground. But the battle is not over yet. Cuckle's body begins to twitch and contort as it transforms into a towering, grotesque figure, its limbs stretching out to unnatural lengths. The monster lets out a deafening roar as it rises up to tower over the stunned townsfolk. Pew, Leomonium, Barry, and Labman exchange looks, realizing that they're in over their heads. Pew says, "Looks like we're up against the devil himself, boys. I say we take him down before he ruins everything." Barry, Leomonium, and Pew rush towards the rampaging monster, firing their weapons at its weak points. But Cuckle is undaunted, its massive limbs slapping aside their attacks like flies. Dr. Labman, a man of science, pulls out his notebook, hastily scribbling something in a frenzied frenzy. Dr. Labman, this creature is unlike anything I've ever seen before. It's as if it's capable of withstanding any kind of attack. Barry, struggling to keep his footing, shouts to Labman. "Barry, what do we do, Doc? We can't just stand here and let it destroy everything." Labman, his eyes darting between the monster and his notes, suddenly stops writing, a smile spreading across his face. "Dr. Labman, I've got it. Leomonium, prepare your firebomb potions, but don't throw them just yet." Leomonium nods, preparing the potions as the monster continues to barrel towards the town. Dr. Labman, "Pew, you're the sniper. The moment I tell you, aim for the top of that tower and fire a warning shot. Got it?" Pew nods, readying his rifle. Dr. Labman, "All right, everyone, get ready. This won't be easy, but if we work together, we can take down this beast." Dr. Labman raises his voice, the crowd falling silent at his words. Dr. Labman, "Everyone, grab your weapons and stand with me. We have to stop this monster before it's too late." The crowd responds with a fierce yell, weapons raised, ready to face this menace. The monster pauses briefly, hearing the rallying cries of the town's defenders. But then, it lets out a deafening roar and charges forward, crashing through buildings and leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. Pew takes aim, a bullet whizzing through the air, ringing out across the town. The monster flinches, just for a second, as if startled by the abrupt noise. That's the signal Dr. Labman has been waiting for. Dr. Labman, "Now, Leomonium, throw those firebombs." Leomonium grins, throwing a cluster of blazing potions at the monster's legs. Barry, Leomonium, and Pew join the doctor, dodging the monster's furious swipes with lightning-fast reflexes. They're all trained fighters, but this creature is unlike anything they've ever faced before. Its size, strength, and speed make it a formidable opponent. As they weave in and out of its attacks, they manage to land a few solid hits, but Cuckle doesn't even flinch. It's as if it's impervious to harm. The townspeople rally behind them, firing their own weapons, using whatever they can as weapons, but the creature pays them no mind, still focused on its target. The ground begins to shake, and the monster roars in triumph. It's winning the battle. Dr. Labman shouts over the chaos, his voice hoarse with exertion. Dr. Labman, "Barry, Pew, take the left flank. Leomonium, you're with me. We'll take him down together." With a final roar, Cuckle charges forward, eyes blazing with rage. It's now or never. Barry, Pew, and Leomonium rush to meet it, their weapons at the ready. They're trained, skilled, and determined, but the size and strength of this monstrous creature is enough to make anyone shiver. With a mighty roar, the monster slams its towering body into Pew, sending him flying backwards with horrific force. The impact echoes throughout the town square, leaving everyone stunned and silent. Dr. Labman and Leomonium don't hesitate. They charge the monster, their weapons raised, but Cuckle is fast, too fast. It lashes out with its arm, knocking Leomonium to the ground with a sickening crack. Dr. Labman screams in rage and fear, attacking with renewed vigor. But Cuckle is relentless, its blows coming faster and faster, its eyes burning like embers. Barry rushes to help, but he's too late. The monster grabs Leomonium in its hand, clutching him with a vice-like grip and throwing him to the ground. The impact is brutal, and there's no doubt Leomonium is dead. Dr. Labman staggers back, his lab coat torn and bloody, pain spreading through his body. He's no match for this thing. Barry screams, charging forward, his weapon raised. Cuckle. Barry charges at the Kerman, his gun held firmly in his grip, ready to fire. The monster sees him coming and roars in fury, raising its arm to strike. Barry dodges the blow, aiming his weapon and pulling the trigger. The bullet hits the monster in the chest, causing it to let out a deafening shriek. But it's not enough to stop the monster. It lurches forward, knocking Barry to the ground and pinning him under its massive bulk. Dr. Labman, seeing his friend in danger, rushes to help, but the Kerman strikes him down with a vicious blow. The monster stands over the beaten bodies of Barry and the doctor, victory in its eyes. But as it goes to raise its arm for the final blow, a figure bursts out of nowhere, a rifle in hand. It's Pew. The brave sharpshooter has been playing dead this whole time, waiting for the right moment to strike. He levels his weapon, taking careful aim, and fires. The shot strikes true, and the Cuckle falls, defeated. Pew rushes over to Barry and Dr. Labman, checking for a pulse. Barry is still alive, but Dr. Labman's breathing is shallow. Pew knows there's no time to lose, and he begins to drag them both to safety. As they flee the burning town, Pew knows the fight isn't over. There will be other monsters like Kerman, other battles to fight. But for now, they have survived, and that's what matters.